Greetings everyone, dear students. In this class, we will learn about 8255 PPI chip. PPI is Programmable Peripheral Interface and 8255 is generally utilized for this purpose. So in this session, we will learn about the architecture of 8255. First, we will discuss about the basic features of 8255 and after that we will do the architecture of 8255. So let's start. PPI stands for Programmable Peripheral Interface and 8255 is one of the PPI chip which is given by Intel, and in this session we are going to discuss about the architecture of 8255 PPI chip. Basically 8255 provides the interface path between the microprocessor and the peripherals. It increases the input-output interfacing capability of microprocessor with peripherals, and 8255 is a 40-pin programmable peripheral chip. If you see, PPI stands for Programmable Peripheral Interface. That means 8255 is programmable itself and it is used to set up the interface between the microprocessor and the peripherals. It contains 3 ports, port A, port B and port C. Every port supports 8 lines, and through these 8 lines 8 bits may be transferred from either from microprocessor to port or from port to microprocessor, and these lines can be used either as input or as output. So these lines are called as input output lines. On the behavior of these input output lines, the ports may be categorized into 2 parts, that is either it is called as input port or it may be called as output port. If the lines are used for transmission of data from port to microprocessor, in that case that port becomes input port, otherwise output port. Output port means that data is transferred from microprocessor to port. Port may be either A, B or C. Port C is divided into 2 parts, port C upper and port C lower. Port C upper have 4 lines from PC4 to PC7, and port C lower contains 4 lines, lower 4 lines from PC0 to PC3. P stands for port and C stands for type of port, that is C port. It means in overall 8255 contains 3 ports, port A, port B and port C. Every port have 8 lines, means that 24 lines are supported by the 8255. It contains 24 input-output lines. These 24 lines are grouped into 2 parts, that is group A and group B. Group A contains 12 lines and these are of port A and port C upper. 8 lines of port A and 4 lines of port C upper, that is from PC4 to PC7 and PA0 to PA7. While group B also contains 12 lines and these are of port B from PB0 to PB7, and 4 lines are of PC lower, that is from PC0 to PC3. 8255 can work in 2 modes, input output mode or BSR mode. Input output modes are of 3 types, mode 0, mode 1 and mode 2, while BSR stands for bit set reset mode, and in detail we will discuss about these modes in the separate session. And we are moving to the basic block diagram or the architecture of the 8255. Data bus buffer is basically used to transfer the information between 8255 and microprocessor. Data bus buffer takes the information from 8255 data bus and it supplies that data to the microprocessor through the bidirectional data bus, that is from D0 to D7. It is of 8 bits or vice versa, that means it may take the information from the microprocessor and then can transfer the information to the particular port of 8255. That depends on the type of the mode in which 8255 is working and the behavior of that port, whether it is working as input port or the output port. Data bus buffer is 8-bit tri-state bidirectional buffer and it is used to interface 8255. 8255 to the system data bus. Next, the most important part of this block diagram is read-write control logic. It contains various controlling signals which are used for the controlling of the 8255 operation. So we can say that read-write control logic takes the signal from the control bus of microprocessor and issues the commands to the group control blocks. These group control blocks are basically used to control the particular group of the 8255 that we have studied, that it contains two groups, that is group A and group B. CS bar is basically known as chip select, and it is an active low signal which is used to enable data transfer between CPU and 8255. To set up the connection between the 8255 and the microprocessor, CS bar, that is chip select signal, is enabled. Next is RD signal, that is read bar signal. It allows the CPU to read data or status information from the 8255. Next is WR signal, that is WR bar. WR bar stands for write signal. When this write signal is enabled, then CPU write the data to the output port of 8255 and control word to the control word register. In detail, we will discuss about control word register in the next session. Next is A0 and A1 pin. These are basically used to select the particular port or the control word register of the 8255. As we are aware that 8255 supports three ports, port A, port B and port C. कौन सा port किस time पे select करना है, that is basically decided by A0 and A1. When A0 and A1 are 00, then port A is selected. When A1 and A0 are 01, then port B will be selected. In case of 10 status of A1 and A0, port C will be selected. If A1 and A0 are 11, then control word register is selected. Next is reset signal. A reset is basically utilized to clear the control word register and to initialize all the ports as input. And this is directly connected to the reset state of the microprocessor. Now after this read-write control logic, we are moving to the basic architecture of 8255. As we are aware that 8255 contains three ports. Port A supports 8 lines. These are from port PA0 to PA7, and it may act as input or output. And port C upper are having the 4 lines from PC4 to PC7. This may also act as input or output. This port A and port C upper makes a group that is known as group A. That's why group A is written here. Next is group B. Group B contains port C lower and port B. Port C lower having the lines from PC0 to PC3, and port B have the lines from PB0 to PB7. These ports may act as either input or output. All these ports are connected to the 8-bit internal data bus of the 8255. Here you can see port A is connected with 8-bit internal data bus and port C upper is connected with 8-bit internal data bus. Now port A and port C upper makes a group that is known as group A, that already we have studied. This group is basically controlled by the group A control block, and you can see that these connections are there for controlling of port A and for controlling of port C upper. Now we are moving towards the group B. Port C lower is also connected to the 8-bit internal data bus, as well as group B is also connected with the 8-bit internal data bus of 8255. And this part that is group B is controlled by the group B control block. You can see this group B control is connected with the port C lower as well as also connected with the port B for the controlling purpose of the group B through the group B control block. This 8-bit internal data bus is directly connected to the data bus buffer, and this data bus buffer takes the data through this link from the 8255 and can transfer the information through 8-bit bidirectional data bus, that is D0 to D7, to the microprocessor. Group A control and group B controls are connected to the read-write control logic. You can see here this connection is with group B control and this connection is with group A control, as well as the connection of read-write control logic is also there with all the ports of the 8255, and Already we have discussed that this read-write control logic have many type of controlling signals which are used for the controlling of the overall 8255. We have studied that A0 and A1 are used for the selection of the ports. These signals are also used with read signal and write signal for the selection of the various operations. Now we will see that how A0 and A1 signals are basically used with read and write signals for the operation of various tasks. You can see A0 and A1 are available at this point. When A1 and A0 are 00, then port A is selected. When 01, then port B will be selected, and when 10, then port C will be selected, and when 11, then CWR is selected. अगर आप यहाँ इस टेबल में देखेंगे तो यहाँ पे सबसे पहले हमारा जो चिप सेलेक्ट बार जो सिग्नल है, CS बार जो सिग्नल है, इट शुड बी इनेबल्ड एंड इट इज इनेबल्ड इन ऑल द केसेस. उसके बाद अगर आप RD बार सिग्नल यहाँ पे देखें तो RD बार आपका इनेबल्ड है यहाँ पे. दैट मीन्स रीड ऑपरेशन विल बी परफॉर्म्ड, एंड WR बार इज 1, दैट इज डिसेबल्ड सिग्नल. So only read operation will be performed. That means ki 00 we are using for the selection of the port A. So during this read cycle, the data from port A will be given to the data bus, and for this purpose CPU generally use in command, that is in command. अगर आप नेक्स्ट केस देखें तो 01 है. 01 के केस में पोर्ट B is selected and then enabled signal is your RD signal. That means data of port B will be given to the data bus, and again CPU will use the in command. Next is your 10. That means port C will be selected and you have to do the read operation because read signal is active here. And for this purpose again the data of port C will be given to the data bus and it will be selected by the CPU by using the in command. Next is 11, and for 11 control word register is selected, but in this case अगर आप देखें यहाँ पे read bar जो signal है that is active, लेकिन हमारा 8255 में आपका जो CPU है वो आपका कंट्रोल वर्ड रजिस्टर को रीड नहीं कर सकता, उसको सिर्फ राइट ही कर सकता है. दैट मीन्स कि इस केस में जो आपका CPU का जो in कमांड है दैट विल नॉट ऑपरेट. ओके, नाउ in next case, that is fifth case, write signal is now active and read signal is now disabled. So in this case the data which is transferred by the CPU will go to the ports accordingly through the data bus buffers, and when it is 00 then port A will be selected. That means data will travel from data bus to port A, and for this purpose CPU will use out command. And in case of 01, when A1 and A0 are 01, then data bus to port B means data will go to the port B through the data bus buffer from microprocessor to the port B, and again in this case for this purpose out command will be utilized by the CPU. In case of 10, port C will be selected and our write cycle is active, so data will go from data bus to port C through data bus buffer, and again in this case also out command will be utilized by the CPU of the system. And in last case 11, in this case data bus to CWR, that means our write signal is active and data will go to the control word register. When A1 and A0 are 11, then control word register will be selected. Now the write operation is active, write cycle is active now. That means now you can write the control word register through the microprocessor by utilizing the data bus buffer of the 8255. So this purpose out command is utilized. So in this case you have seen that आपका जो CPU है, CPU आपका control word register में सिर्फ write कर सकता है. It cannot read the control word register status. Next is power supply. Power supply is basically required for the operation of the 8255 and it needs plus 5 volt VCC and ground. So in this session what we have learned about the basic features of 8255, the architecture of 8255 and various controlling signals which are used for the controlling purpose of the 8255. In the next section we will discuss about the control word register in detail. So thank you for watching this video. Thank you all.